couple of years ago, one fifth-wheel trailer model apparently set the trend for single-level living space. And today, that design is still a hot trend. This week, we check out how it all started with the River Ranch. Then, when camping, table space is always at a premium. And this week, Mark Polk shows us a solution with the Tailgate tire table. Years from now, when your kids are grown up and start thinking back at fun times, it won't be about playing video games, but most likely those family camping trips. This week, Jeff Johnston takes us along to one of his family's annual camping adventures. Later, we'll join Mark and Don Pope from RV Education 101 as they continue with building their Ram 4x4 custom camper van. This week, the installation, walls, and flooring get installed. These stories and more on this week's RVing Today. Closed and Spanish captioning where available is sponsored by Forest River. Follow the river.
The new Palomino River Ranch is taking fifth-wheel trailers to a level never before dreamed of and is already shaking up the market with its single-level ranch-style design. The River Ranch concept combines the best aspects of 3 different RV types, including the storage capacity and interior ceiling height of a Class A motorhome, the towability of a fifth wheel, and the single-level living floor plan of a travel trailer. The River Ranch is the brainchild of Columbus lead engineer Ron Brown. Noticing the trend toward elevated rear living areas in fifth wheels to allow for more pass-through storage capacity, Brown wondered, what if the entire living area were elevated?
It's the ranch house concept is basically what it is. The ranch houses are the most popular house in America because people don't like to climb stairs in their house. Those same people go out and buy a fifth wheel though because they want the fifth wheel towability, and then they're climbing stairs. So this gives them the best of both worlds.
The team at Columbus figured out how to make that idea work without sacrificing too much overhead space in the interior, and by taking the 2 air conditioning units off the roof and moving them to the basement, allowing River Ranch to fill up the 13.5-foot height limit with living space rather than air conditioning units. By doing these changes, the River Ranch has 480 cubic feet of pass-through storage, which is way more than has been available in any towable. Why, many motorhomes don't even have 300 cubic feet of belly storage. Welcome aboard the River Ranch. Even as you enter the River Ranch, you'll see and feel the difference with its 36-inch door and the extra-wide landing steps. Once you're inside, you'll find yourself stopping and looking around as you try and take in all the luxury, comfort, and amenities this single-level living space has to offer. In the living room, you'll find a large 88-inch trifold sofa sleeper, along with 66-inch theater seats, across from the 50-inch TV with JBL Aura sound system. Below the entertainment center is a beautiful and practical fireplace. If the interior looks and feels more spacious than other fifth wheels, that's because of the 7-foot ceiling height throughout the single-level ranch design. The kitchen and dining area include a large walk-in pantry and Samsung residential appliances, including a 23 cubic foot Norcold refrigerator with a Tuscan-style steel finish. Whoever said little things mean a lot must have been thinking about this River Ranch kitchen, as it's loaded with little convenience items that make a big difference. Like the residential kitchen sink, with an accessory kit that includes a smaller sink basin and cutting board. The large solid surface island and range countertops include pop-up 110 volt and USB charging outlets. The dining area is furnished with a large, nice-sized dining table and 2 large swivel chairs. The lavish bathroom includes a dual vanity cabinet with 2 porcelain surface-mounted sinks with waterfall-type faucets, dual mirrors with lights, and dual decorative towel racks. You'll also find extra storage space for towels or linen. And when it comes time for a shower, this roomy 60-inch by 30-inch shower also includes a folding teak seat. You may find that this bedroom is a place where you may want to spend more time in just relaxing during the day, as it definitely has everything you want to just lay back and relax, like the comfortable standard king-size bed. And right across from the bed is a slide-out that has a 50-inch pop-up TV and fireplace. One nice feature in the bedroom is the ceiling fan over the bed, which you won't find on other fifth wheels because only the River Ranch has enough ceiling clearance. There is more than enough closet space, and you also have the option of a stackable washer and dryer. The windows above the bed and behind the pop-up TV offer nice cross ventilation. The River Ranch goes way beyond just luxury and beauty, but also encompasses the safety, comfort, and environmental concerns of today's RVers. For instance, with safety in mind, the River Ranch comes with G-rated tires and TST's latest tire pressure monitoring system with internal sensors. When looking at the outside, you can't help but notice all the storage compartments, and that's because the River Ranch offers basement storage for the entire length of the unit. And if you're already an RVer, you know how important storage space can be. As we said, little things can mean a lot. The River Ranch is a pedigree fifth wheel, designed and built to the highest standards that you'll want to share with your friends and loved ones. To learn more, please go to www.palominorv.com.
When Thetford launched AquaChem, it didn't take long before it became the #1 selling holding tank treatment for over 50 years. Until now. Meet AquaMax, Thetford's new generation of holding tank products that works even better and are also campground friendly and environmentally safe. Looks like a new #1 is taking over. For more information, visit thetford.com. Want more RVing today? Then visit rvingtoday.tv. Besides our weekly show and extended segments, you'll find additional stories and videos along with insightful information on what's new and what's happening around the world in RVing. From luxury RVs to unique camper vans, and from RVing with pets to RVing with kids. You'll find it all and more in rvingtoday.tv.
Every now and then a product comes along that's not only functional but has many practical uses, and it just makes sense to get one. That product for me is the original Tailgater tire table. Let's take a closer look. The concept behind the invention is to use a tire as the main support for the table. Now the table is stable regardless of the ground condition where you are using the table. The tailgating table is collapsible, portable, compact, and strong, and is a great addition to your tailgating gear and camping essentials. It can be used on virtually anything with a tire: RVs, toy haulers, horse trailers, or your vehicle. If it has a tire, you have a stable table. Also, any exposed spare tire if your vehicle has one. When the table is on the rear spare tire, you can still have easy access to the back of the vehicle. These features make it the perfect table to take with you on camping trips, road trips, a fun day at the beach, or your favorite fishing hole. I even use it for a workspace when I am doing odd jobs or maintenance on my vehicles and around the house. Now let's take a look at how easy the Tailgater tire table is to set up. Install 3 jam bolts. There are 2 on the sides that will lock the rear tire support slider in place. The additional one is for the retractable leg located in the channel down the center of the table. Press the silver push buttons to release each of the 2 small legs from the storage located on the bottom side of the table. Insert legs into the square receivers on the left and right sides next to the rear tire support slider with the bend in it. The legs will be pointed towards the bottom of the table and the grip tape will be pointed away from the tabletop towards the tire. After installing both legs into their receivers, loosen the jam bolts on the left and right side and pull the rear tire support slider out about 12 inches. Put rear tire support over the tire and down until the slider rests on the tire. With one hand on the rear tire support and your thigh on the outside of the table, pull the table snug against the tire and tighten one jam bolt. Repeat the same process for the other side. Leveling from the front of the table to the back can be accomplished by either raising the table and tightening it against the tire, or loosening it on the tire, allowing it to be lowered at one end. Side-to-side leveling is accomplished by rotating the table on the tire. For added strength and stability, release the center retractable support leg by depressing the silver button. Angle the retractable leg towards the tire and rest it between the tire and the ground, which will help to avoid kicking or tripping on it. It can also be put straight up and down. Tighten the jam bolt when the leg is in the desired length. If your tires are 35-inch and up, flipping over the rear tire support slider so the bend is down will allow for more grip on the tire. Tailgater tire table is not a step or a seat. Using the table as either could result in injury and damage the table. Remove the table before driving.
From off-the-road adventure camping to luxurious full-time RVing and everything in between, Forest River has the RV to fit your needs, budget, and outdoor lifestyle. To see our full line of trailers and motorhomes, visit forestriverinc.com. Forest River. Begin the journey. At Norcoal, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcoal refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcoal RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcoal.com.
One of the best, most fun uses for your RV is getting together with other RV-owning family members for a big group campout. The Pranger clan of Hillsboro, Oregon, along with Del Planch, Corcoran, Jantz, and other family members, gathers each year for a long weekend of fun, food, laughs, and camaraderie. Silver Cove RV Resort in Silver Lake, Washington was the site for this year's event. About 70 family members in a variety of RVs, from young children to seniors, occupied a group of adjacent campsites. Make no mistake, it takes some coordination and long-term reservation planning to make this happen. Plan a year ahead to get this many campsites together in one group. This well-chosen location also includes activities such as boating and kayaking, plus a kids' playground. Group potluck-style meal preparation with everyone pitching in is great fun with family and friends close by.
Reconnecting with people that I'm related to that I might not know that well, establishing those relationships and being able to grow those relationships.
Well, we get to see a lot of relatives that we don't see during the year, and sometimes we get to see brand new relatives like young babies that are much younger than I am.
It's really just being able to see everyone that I haven't seen all year, reconnect with people that maybe haven't been here in a few years, and just be able to see how big the family's gotten.
It's the first time back at the camp out in 5 years. I was in the Army, that's why I missed out. But it's amazing to be back. It's incredible to see all the growth within the family, hear all the stories that I missed out on, and it's just really, really nice to be back. It feels great.
I feel like it's part of my summer. It's part of how I mark time. You know, you're kind of like, how many campouts ago was that? And just getting to see people I haven't seen in forever is really nice.
A part of her summer. What a nice kind of legacy to pass on to your children. And comfortable RV camping makes it even better. Although this is clearly an adult-inspired event, most kids love camping, and this is the kind of weekend they remember for years to come. Between the campfire cooking, riding bikes with the cousins, getting your hair done by Aunt Heather, testing your balance with Auntie Megan's tightrope, bouncing on the raft or hanging out in the hammock, these memories are priceless for them. Of course, time around the campfire with loved ones close by is precious for your family. It's hard to beat the memories and fun to be had from this part of the campout.
Earlier today, you gotta do it now.
Our home for this event was a No Boundaries Model 16.8 trailer supplied by Sutton RV of Eugene, Oregon. Its full-size bed, comfortable sofa doubling as a dinette, and well-appointed kitchen kept us content, and the nice-sized dry bath also did its job effectively. A significant Saturday night thunderstorm took us by surprise and damaged the awning on our trailer. With the aid of retired engineer Mike Pranger, we reassembled the awning parts and were able to get it closed for the drive home. It's always something when RVing.
Want more RVing today? Then visit rvingtoday.tv. Besides our weekly show and extended segments, you'll find additional stories and videos along with insightful information on what's new and what's happening around the world in RVing. From luxury RVs to unique camper vans, and from RVing with pets to RVing with kids. You'll find it all and more in rvingtoday.tv. When Thetford launched AquaChem, it didn't take long before it became the #1 selling holding tank treatment for over 50 years. Until now. Meet AquaMax, Thetford's new generation of holding tank products that works even better and are also campground friendly and environmentally safe. Looks like a new #1 is taking over. For more information, visit thetford.com.
Welcome back to part 3 of our camper van conversion dubbed the Ram Camp Project. Today the plan is to insulate the interior of the van, install the walls, ceiling, and floor. Let's get started. Prior to starting on the interior walls, ceiling, and floor, I had to finish all the welding on the interior of the van. I already welded sections of square tubing in that will support the bed's plywood base, and I welded the brackets in to support the gym locker that will be used for our overhead cabinet. Towards the rear of the van, there is a section where the metal ribs are spaced further apart, so I welded additional metal bracing in on both sides. This gave us more metal to attach furring strips to so the finished walls are securely attached. Then I welded a small section of channel iron on the floor upside down to route and protect the 12-volt and 120-volt wiring going to the base cabinet located behind the front seats. The only welding left on the interior of the van is to fabricate a roof support system for our Penguin 2 roof air conditioner by Dometic. Standard RV roof air conditioners require a 14 by 14 inch opening in the roof. We had to determine where to cut the opening in the roof and make sure there is sufficient room on the roof for our solar panels. After I cut the opening in the roof, there is no turning back. I marked the roof opening with masking tape and cut it out using a jigsaw. Next, I needed to fabricate the roof support system for the AC unit. I thought it would be better and stronger if I used square metal tubing welded in between two of the factory roof braces. I cut, grinded, and welded the metal roof bracing in, and after test fitting the piece to make sure it fit, I welded it in the van. With the bracing for the air conditioner finished, it was time to install the AC unit on the van's roof. We needed a lightweight, low-profile, high-performance air conditioner, and this Penguin 2 by Dometic is just what we were looking for. This model also has a heat strip that will take the chill off inside the van in colder temperatures. The first step was getting it up on the newly painted roof without damaging it, us, or the AC unit. We decided to leave the air conditioner in the box so we don't damage the gasket getting it on the roof. The air conditioner has a thick gasket that is centered around the framed opening. We already have our 120 volt wiring routed to the AC unit. Our ceiling for the air conditioner unit is between 1.5 and 2 inches, so we needed to cut the duct divider according to the instructions. Next, we installed the ceiling plate and the duct divider. Now we can hand start and tighten the 4 bolts that compress the gasket and give us a good seal at the roof opening. Just follow the installation instructions to properly torque the bolts. This is all we need to do with the AC unit for now. Now we can install our solar panels on the van's roof. We need to route all the wiring through the roof and down to the floor at the rear of the van prior to installing the walls or ceiling. The first step was determining the best placement for the 2 solar panels on the roof. We used the cardboard box the panel came in to help decide the best fit. With the placement figured out, we installed the feet on the panels and carefully positioned them on the roof. After drilling the holes, I used butyl tape on the bottom of the feet and bolted the panels to the roof. Next, I connected the 2 panels together with the quick connects. Then it was time to route our positive and negative cables through the roof and down to the floor in the van. After drilling the hole, I filed the rough edges and we pushed the cable through the roof and routed it to the van's floor. I put electrical tape around the cables where they went through the roof as added protection. We will seal the cables and the hole in the roof when we get our roof plate.
Before we insulate the walls, ceiling, and floor, we need to install furring strips that we can attach our wall and ceiling panels to. We are using 1x2 boards as furring strips, and we will attach the furring strips to the metal ribs using screws. The walls and ceiling will attach to the furring strips with a staple gun. One concern is that all the wiring and plumbing is protected from any damage by screws, staples, or sharp edges, so we will keep a close eye on that.
The next step is to insulate the walls, ceiling, and floor. For the insulation, we chose this Havelock wool product for several reasons. One reason is for moisture management. We know there's going to be condensation in the van, and unlike other insulation, wool can naturally absorb moisture and retain its high insulation properties. The 2-inch wool bats have an R value of 7, and Havelock wool is excellent for sound absorption. It's also a renewable, sustainable product, and it's easy to use. You just measure, cut, and install the wool insulation. We can insulate the entire van with 2.5 100 square foot boxes of Havelock insulation. We installed the insulation on the walls, the ceiling, and as much as possible on the floor. I ran some thin gauge wire through the ribs on the walls and the ceiling to help hold the insulation in place until we got the finished walls and ceiling completed. Dawn made sure that not 1 inch in the van was without insulation.
With the insulation finished, we are going to install a plywood underlayment for the finished floor. We are using plywood, and we will install it from the back of the van to the front where the cab carpet ends.
You can watch the full uncut version of many of these stories along with other additional videos, stories, and news on our website at rvingtoday.tv. This has been another fun production.